So Vic, I need to tell you something, and this is very serious.
Okay.
If you haven't noticed, I have started losing a lot of weight.
I was gonna ask you because I had a couple suspicions here.
I'm sorry to say, you may be in danger because I ran over some random gypsy woman.
So wait. I was gonna ask. I mean, I had three possibilities. I was thinking, he's on a new diet, he's on a new workout program, or he's been cursed by a gypsy.
I've been cursed by a gypsy.
Damn it! I was hoping it was not option number 3, man. I was hoping it was one of the first two things.
Look, I'm sorry. She just randomly jumped out into the middle of the street. I'm driving, and when my truck is loaded, I can't stop on a dime.
Man, okay. I mean, did the gypsy actually say "Dinna"?
Well, he didn't say it with his hands like that. He like brushed his hand against me,
Dinna.
thinner, and then right now with the way I'm losing weight, I'm thinking I may have actually caught cancer because he did have a cancer spot on his face. I'm worried that he like picked at it and then shoved it in my ear.
Now, let me ask you, because what I know from the movie in terms of the curse, you're enjoying life, though, because the curse he had was that he could eat whatever he wanted and still lose the weight. So at least there's a 2-week period where the weight's dropping. You can eat whatever you want. But then, obviously, too much weight's going to drop eventually.
Weirdly enough, I think he definitely made sure this is a more potent curse because I get fuller faster. So I can't actually eat anything I want. Plus, if I eat something, like say if I have fried food like I used to every day, I get sick. Like violently sick.
So you're not getting the benefit that he had in this movie?
No.
Was he eating? I wonder if was he eating a lot during the other movie because he enjoys food, or because like he was trying to hold on to as much weight as possible? At a certain point, it's like, okay, maybe it's slowing down the weight loss by eating as much as possible. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was because of the weight loss bit. I doubt it was because he was enjoying food at that point. I'm sorry. After eating so much, your taste buds are going to go numb.
I don't know, man.
Imagine eating pancakes every day your whole life.
His food scenes made me hungry, right? I was like, man, that all looks good.
Well, we're not exactly eating as much as he's eating now, are we?
Well, that's true. So, look, this is a Stephen King book. And Stephen King adaptations sometimes can be great, sometimes not as great. Sometimes they can be maximum overdrive. But that was Stephen King directing himself, so...
Sometimes we get The Dark Tower.
So I haven't seen that one, but...
Heard it was bad.
But sometimes you get Misery, which is amazing, so... I'm a big Stephen King fan, so I hadn't actually read the book, but I saw the movie when it first came out back in the day in the mid-90s, and I remember enjoying it, so I wanted to revisit. And this is a interesting story. Man in a small town hits a gypsy woman with his car, and unfortunately the gypsy father's not far behind. He's going to put a curse on everybody involved, and I guess at least the cover up of it, because the guy's going to get off scotch-free with no jail time, no nothing. And the gypsy feels like that's not proper justice.
Well, it wasn't, because, I mean, think about justice. Technically, that man should be in jail.
Here's what I don't know, though. Okay. If you're driving in the road, right?
Right.
Now, for some reason, I hate all these movies make me talk about I Know We Did Last Summer. Like, it always comes out. I'm actually trying to leave that out of it. There's a whole tangent on that, basically. But if you're driving, right, now clearly he was distracted. We don't have to go into why he was distracted, but he was distracted.
Anyone who's seen the movie knows why he was distracted.
But if somebody, like, kind of literally just pops up in front of your car, I mean, it's I know it's probably going to be involuntary manslaughter, but she did just jump out in front of his car at the last second.
So here's the thing.
Do you think it was like the way it was filmed? It didn't seem like she got in front of the car and then he had like so much time to react. Obviously, he was distracted.
I wouldn't say so much time, but I will say if he wasn't distracted, he actually would have had enough time to react.
Okay.
Because at the point of where he would have been able to see her, he would have at least had time to react and maybe swerve out of the way.
But we can both agree that from where he was coming from, she herself, she clearly didn't look in to see if a car was coming before she crossed the road.
Nope.
She clearly was just like blindly looking forward.
Yep.
So look, the liability's on him, of course, because he was distracted.
Are you victim blaming, sir?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to say, like, he makes a point later on. He's like, she came between two parked cars or something like that, but the main thing I'm just saying is like, I'm just saying, cautionary tale, folks. Don't rely on drivers not to hit you. Make sure you also are checking both sides of the road before you cross, because drivers will be distracted or drunk or stupid. You got to be defensive. She was just like, oh, cross the road. Boom, bam.
I will say one other thing. Don't stand there like a deer in headlights when you finally see the car about to slam into you. Try to do something, because
Well, she was an old woman. She couldn't.
if she would have jumped out of the way, she would have lost her leg.
How's she supposed to Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible? She's 90 years old, Gypsy woman. How's she gonna dive out the way?
She can do it.
She was a sitting.
I believe in her.
She's a sitting.
Her
duck.
damn dad is 106, and look at some of the shit he was doing.
I'm surprised the gypsy guy couldn't bring her back to life somehow. I mean, you have that kind of power. He could have just like been on the ground and be like, alive. And she just wakes up.
To be fair, he didn't. I don't know how much power, because bringing someone back from the dead would take so much power that I'm pretty sure he would need a genie. Which is against the rules. Maybe it's also against the rules for him to use that kind of power for that. Technically, he also is not killing these people. Mm-hmm. He's just cursing them to eventually die on their own.
Technically not killing. You're right. It's worse than killing, all right?
He's torturing them. But he's not killing them. I mean, look at everyone who has died in the movie. The first guy, he shoots himself.
Yep.
Second dude dies because he slams into a gasoline truck.
Yep.
Potentially, possibly a suicide attempt because of the way he was looking. Even though the dream sequence showed the old man was body hopping.
Wait. We'll talk about that. The dream sequence is hilarious. I'll talk about that a little later. Well, I see what you're saying, but the intent is to kill them.
Yeah.
Whether they choose to end it, or they're ending it early because they're suffering. Both of them, the first people, they determine at a certain point, like, hey, I'd rather kill myself than keep going through this pain this old man has put me through. It's a fate worse than death. It's a slow... Well, listen, we'll talk about... The movie's playing the idea of, like, what's justice? What's justified? Based on this, are the gypsies justified? Is he justified coming back at them? The first thing is, okay, he is to blame for hitting the woman.
Yes. Because to be fair,
or the wife is to blame.
No, I believe him is, because the wife was going to stop what she was doing, he kept saying no, continue.
Yep. Okay.
Me personally, since I drive for a living, I would have said we can continue this at home.
Absolutely, that would have been a responsible driving thing to do. Bad luck at the exact time. Gypsy woman's crossing the street, gets hit. Okay. We rely on the court system to protect us and to serve justice.
Wrong. The court system is corrupt, just like everywhere else in this damn world.
Well, that's what I was getting to. That's what I was saying it sarcastically. Of course, especially now you have a small town where all these people play golf together. So it's like, of course, you're going to have the judge, belong to the same country club as the cop and him as well. Mm. So he gets off. That said... He gets off, and immediately the gypsy guys outside must have been anticipating him getting off. He was already ready with the curse outside. Well,
of course he expected him to get off sure, he probably didn't know 100% that this guy was the small town lawyer.
Yeah.
Who gets everybody off, including a big time mafia man.
Yeah.
But I would assume he had a feeling they were going to get off, because let's face it, if he wasn't going to get off, he would not have walked out of that house or the courtroom.
Yeah. I wonder if that gypsy guy's ever put a curse on somebody like the opposite, where like as a skinny person and made him gain like 30 pounds every week. It seemed like
chunky.
They just explode at one point.
So, still that.
I don't know why that's so funny, but
I still think that would have been
that could have been a movie too if he was like a skinny lawyer.
Chunky.
He just seeing the makeup on that. All right, but listen,
I wouldn't want to see the makeup on that, because the very first thing I notice about this movie is how bad the fat suits always look in these movies.
Yeah, I mean, look, facially you can do like the makeup effects and all that, but in terms of the body,
the face looks fine.
The face looks like it's good makeup. Yeah, it looks like a legitimate. Like I believe that to be a real person.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the fat suit, it looks unnatural on a skinny body. So. And
I will say I have to do this to you. The man who plays Billy Halleck in this movie, I've seen him before.
CSI.
No.
A Law and Order.
Yes.
One of the cop shows.
Dang it, you were supposed to sit there and get mad and say Supernatural.
Oh, damn it. All right. Oh.
He wasn't in that, though.
I wonder, too. I mean, now, I've been asking a lot to hire somebody who is already that big and be like, okay, here's what the role requires. You have to lose like 200 pounds. Now, Christian Bale would do it. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But it had to be somebody who was already, I guess, maybe a skinny person who you're like, hey, take a year and gain the weight, and then we're just going to have you drop it back, but you're going to do it on camera. That would have looked better in terms of like just natural, but that's a lot. That's a lot for an actor.
Asking a lot, plus it's dangerous.
Too dangerous, yeah.
Because in order to do that, he would have to completely stop eating.
Yep.
He would have to be working out like crazy. Mm-hmm. The man wouldn't have any energy to even act.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, it would definitely be like a Christian Bale thing for sure.
I mean, the best thing I would have said is maybe get a total of maybe 3 actors, each one able to look somewhat like the other depending on the amount of makeup you put on. A bigger guy, a more metal heavy set guy, and then your eventual what we're going to end up with.
That's a terrible idea. You can't have.
How's it a terrible idea?
3 different actors playing the same character?
It's been done before. Look at damn Eddie Murphy playing 5 actors.
That's one actor playing different characters.
You know what I mean.
It's not even correct. They'd have to have all the same voice. The guy still talks in every scene, so.
There's plenty of people who look close to each other. All you need is a little bit of makeup.
No, the voice though. You have to have the same. He talks in every. You have to have the same.
Oh, at that point it would be voiceovers.
This sounds like a terrible.
You're saying we haven't gotten voiceovers in movies before?
No, but this is a terrible idea.
Saying we haven't got voiceovers in movies before?
You haven't had 3.
That's what I'm hearing.
You haven't had 3 actors play the same role in this kind of movie. That's terrible.
And technically, you get Jet Li had to get a second actor for himself in the one.
That's for other reasons. No, it has to be one guy doing this to be believable. But
you just don't know movie magic, sir. You used to want to be in the movies.
It's a terrible, terrible idea.
Movie magic can do everything if done right.
Imagine middle of the movie, you're like, that's not the same actor, and then it happens again. You're like, oh, that's another guy.
Oh no! What would have been hilarious actually?
We would have been calling out dissing it, all right?
What would have been hilarious actually if this movie was made as a comedy and not the way it is.
No,
like the fat suit.
That's a comedy. Yeah.
Is Eddie Murphy.
Oh my.
And then all of a sudden when he gets to the heavyset guy, it's like a white guy or a Mexican dude as the heavyset, and then the final thin guy is the white dude.
Now we're talking Scary Movie 7 basically. So.
The only way that would be in Scary Movie 7 is if they remade it now.
Okay. Does the wife deserve any blame in terms of
No.
She wasn't basically involved. Okay.
Me personally, no, because let's face it, she was doing her wifely duties.
Yep.
Not in the safest way, but it's.
Did you understand her reasoning was, as she told him, she was like, "There's more to the world than food."
Yes.
So she was trying to really get his mind off of food, basically.
Yes.
And because her thing is like from the beginning, from the opening scene, she has him on a diet, which is not working at all. All right,
because he's off eating when she's not looking.
Okay.
I've been doing that myself.
So he's gonna he gets the curse, starts losing a dramatic amount of weight, and basically the actor now is turning back to his regular appearance as a skinny person.
Yep.
And the other 2 people, the cop and the judge.
The judge is turning into a lizard man.
Yep.
Not sure how.
Lizard.
Yeah, literally our gypsy guy goes up and goes, lizard.
Yeah.
Not even with his own voice, but the whole lizard memes.
Lizard.
Like, lizard.
And then the other guy, he's
lupus. I don't know what's going on with him.
He was just kind of like he looked like the disease, but we didn't get any details on what the guy had said to him. He kills himself pretty early. He shoots himself.
When he tried to tell our main guy to kill the old man,
which is reasonable. I mean, eventually, Billy is trying to find other solutions early on, where he's just trying to get information, but nothing is actually working in terms of like helping him. He has to eventually go confront these people. So
I just want to mention, even though the makeup looked good on him, I'm assuming the makeup did something to Billy, because almost every scene he's in, he has this stupid, goofy smile on his face. Like when the wife is telling him, "Hey, the judge is away because he's turning into a damn lizard. He's like, that ain't true. With this goofy smile. I'm like, is the makeup doing something to you? Because I don't think you'd be smiling in this.
Well, so I would think that the more makeup you have, the harder it is to like
make facial expressions.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering. Like,
I think it probably did affect his performance, because if you're not used to that kind of thing and you sign up for the movie, you got to understand that, yeah, it's probably, I know what you're saying. There's weird facial expressions he makes at certain points that make it hard to understand if he's like angry right now or is he worried. It's hard to get sometimes.
And then when he gets to his, his actual weight in the movie, he doesn't do that no more. He's 100% able to act correctly.
I feel like he's an actor who normally doesn't do facial expressions. So when he has to do it with the makeup on, he's trying, but he already naturally doesn't really. He feels like more like a stone face type of actor. Mm. So like,
I mean, if you've seen Law and Order SVU, he's always stone faced.
Yeah. Mostly, I would say his voice is where I kind of get where he's coming from. Usually, it's just like the tone of his voice is where I'm getting like, oh, is he worried? Is that? But still, in the first half of the movie, it's kind of unclear. Like he goes to visit the wife of what's her face to find out what's happening with the judge, and he goes there first, and he's like basically asking questions like what he said and all that. But then when she's like kind of like saying like, hey, this is what happened, he suddenly gets like kind of being like, oh, nothing happened to me. The gypsy didn't say anything. Like, well, she's telling you like she's on board with what you're saying, but he suddenly like goes back to pretty much like, oh,
being defensive about it.
Like he didn't say anything to me. Like blah 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 blah. Like it was a weird reaction. For some reason, her yelling on the line like is in my head. You tell me what you think then. Like she said like 5 times. Like her voice just stayed in my. You tell me what you think then.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was weird that he didn't express to her what was going on with him, because she pretty much knew. He's
kind of playing like two things in the first half where he's like, he knows something's happened to him, but he's also still kind of in denial or just not like being honest with everybody about what's happening. Like he should definitely just like calm down, just like talk to her about it and be like, hey, what can we do? But he just like gets like weird defensive and then like runs out the house. I'm like, this confirms for you that this is happening. Why wouldn't you just calm down and talk to him? Like, hey, what strategy could we do here? What? He's just kind of he acts weird. Like it's kind of like the movie stalling a little bit, because his eventual thing of like I have to go confront them. It's kind of what he always is gonna have to do. It just takes the first half of the movie for him to do it.
How long was this movie? Because this is also my first time ever watching it, and it felt like it was like a little bit over 2 hours.
I don't think so. I think maybe like 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, because it takes him a while before he finally even tries to look for them.
At first, yeah, he's just basically gathering information. So one thing he's so focused on just what's happening to him that he's going to the clinic to see, okay, if they study me, observe me, can they figure out what's going on with the weight loss and all that? It's like, that's really not going to do anything. You have to basically get the curse taken off. So, and also, by the way, he's pretty much, during this process, kind of ruining his marriage, his relationship with his daughter, because his daughter hates seeing him eat so much for whatever reason.
Well, she hates seeing him eat so much.
She doesn't understand it.
Right, she doesn't understand. She's thinking, oh, you've lost that much weight. That's awesome. And now she's like, now you're trying to put it back on? What the hell? You want to die? Because, you see someone eating, like, say, this whole table full of food, you're expecting them to drop dead.
Now, am I right? The wife, though, never really gets on board the idea that he's telling the truth of the curse.
No, she never does. She just thinks it's something going on with his head.
But the thing is, she has the charts. She says herself, that's 40 pounds in 2 weeks? Nobody's losing 40 pounds in 2 weeks.
No, unless they're sick.
And even then, 2 weeks, I mean, they must be dying at that point.
That's what she's worried about. Because there are people who have lost that much weight, but the problem, as you just brought up, they're pretty much dying. They got like some kind of cancer that's fucking with them.
Okay, whether she's to blame or not.
She's not.
She's not a supportive wife, though. Not only does she not believe him, despite what you think, she does cheat on him. There's no way the doctor's making that many house calls. It's pretty clear, especially at the end, that something was going on there. So she's cheating on him. She's unsupportive. She's yelling at him. She takes his daughter away. He's mad at her at the end for a reason. And it's mostly the cheating.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, still don't 100% know. Because
no, come on. It is confirmed. I don't know.
It is not confirmed.
You just want to show like a sex scene. They're not showing a sex scene, but it's... They show the doctor...
Some form of intimacy.
They show the doctor leaving the house like 5 times. He wouldn't be making that many house calls. Come on. He's with her.
He's also originally friends with this doctor.
He's with her plotting to basically get him committed. Why do you think he's doing that?
Because he wants his friend to get better.
You fool. I think the end is the biggest giveaway, though. The doctor shows up at the end.
Just right there at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and he's super surprised to see Billy. He's like, oh, I didn't think you'd be here. And he's kind of stuttering, and you can kind of tell, like, okay, even if you were cheating, you're clearly trying to get with my wife. What you're doing is clearly inappropriate. Every time I come home from where I'm from, you're with my wife. And when he walks in one time, he actually has his hand on her leg. So there's obviously something going on there.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want to touch some thighs?
I mean, listen, you got a weird thigh fetish. So much so that we had to rewatch the movie Vampires just because you thought that scene was intriguing. So
technically, that scene is intriguing. The rest of the movie is not.
Oh my god, James Woods making dick jokes is always intriguing. Okay.
The fact that you're interested in dick jokes is intriguing.
Just what James Woods tells them, they're funny. I don't understand. I usually don't like them. All right, so when he goes to find them, let's talk about the dream sequence first. This dream sequence is so funny to me. First of all, why would the gypsy be at the carnival? Like,
because that's how they make their money.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
But the real funny thing, and this is where I kind of figured this is not real life. This has to be like a dream, or maybe he's hallucinating.
Yeah.
Because on the back wall, all those weird voodoo dolls is just him and the other 2 that were affected. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then she just straight up attacks him.
She chases him. I was like, dang. She does have her slingshot.
Yeah, she's chasing him actively. It seems like trying to kill him. Luckily, she's a bad shot.
Luckily, he gets picked up by a lizard guy.
And then all of a sudden, the old man just body hops between 2 gas trucks.
When they cut to the old man in the truck, he's like, I laughed my ass off. I'm like, what the hell? I thought it was real at first, but I was like, oh, how is he coming from the other direction in a truck?
Well, that's funny enough. So my wife actually watched part of the movie. She missed the whole ending because she had to go to a baby shower.
Okay.
But she's sitting there, and the minute she saw that, I was like, how the fuck did he get over there? I'm like...
He's coming from the other side.
And me not wanting to tell her that I think it's a dream or something, I'm like, gypsy magic.
And lizard guy he just parks and says, basically like, come hit me. Like, right? And there's a bus coming too.
Yeah, and the bus is also driven by our gypsy leader.
Oh my god.
Again going,
That's such a funny dream sequence. Okay. When he finally confronts them, kind of what I thought would happen. Gypsy guy is saying, hey, no white men from town. I'm not taking the curse off. I'll make it worse, actually, if you don't go away. But the girl shoots his hand with the damn slingshot.
And it goes through.
How hard is that? It actually goes through cleanly. My God. Like, that's a lot of force.
I mean, I would understand it going through. Maybe like it hit a softer part like the eye. Like it goes through the eye and kind of gets stuck in the skull. Maybe. Through the hand, I'm wondering what she's using.
It's a slingshot, so it's like...
Now, slingshots used to be war weapons, so it is so depending on the type of slingshot, it is possible.
But that was different than, say, like one person, though, having a small slingshot, right? That's like, there's only a certain amount of velocity you can get from one person winding it back.
I mean,
unless she's winding... Like, it's not like a bow and arrow, you're winding back a lot, but a small slingshot, it's like your arms are like that.
Well, I mean, they were war weapons, but they were not meant as killing war weapons. They were mostly meant to distract so they can get in close and get you with the sword or something. It was still their version of a ranged weapon when they couldn't get something else other than a rock.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, going through his hand is almost like he got shot, like a shot.
Right.
Like that's like a bullet speed. Like the girl with the slingshot doesn't seem like that.
Maybe it's the fact that again he's getting
it's close proximity, but still.
What I'm assuming is because he's getting thinner, his skin is also getting weaker.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
That's the only thing that would make sense is because he's thin, he's weak.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can buy that.
I will say you mentioned it before. I do like the effects of him losing the weight because even though he pulls up and he's damn near skin and bones, on his face you can actually see where the loose skin is.
Yeah.
Of him actually losing weight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everything looks a lot better makeup wise. Once it's the focus on him just losing the weight, then you start to get to the cool development of like each scene, he's looking like worse and worse and worse. You see him basically like disappearing. I don't know why. If I'm doing the thing of going to go confront the gypsies, right? I have a mafia guy who kind of owes me a favor.
There isn't kinda. He does owe him a favor.
He does owe him. I'm calling him a lot earlier than he does. It feels like he's forced to involve Richie, but I'm like, man, I'd have been.
Well, even Richie told him, like, dude, you should have called me earlier.
Because Richie's like, I love this shit. Like, Richie would have been like, yeah, let's, like, I'm on
And
board
it
for
also
fun.
it also shows because I think at the beginning he even tells his daughter that he doesn't think Richie actually did what he was being accused of. And then you get to the part where Richie's getting to do what he wants to do, and all of a sudden the guy keeps looking at Richie's like, who did I get off?
The guy's called Richie the Hammer. How do you get the name? I mean, obviously this man's done some shit. I mean, the fact that like, well, there's two things. First, he calls him strictly because he needs a doctor. So guy sends a doctor. Guy gives him some actually potassium pills.
Right. That way he doesn't get a stroke and die.
Yeah. But somewhere in that, I guess Richie's like, okay, he has a hole in his hand. Like, I got to go there and see what the hell is going on, basically. But also, the thing is, Richie's thinking, like, he actually called him earlier and asked him, like, do you think gypsy curses or whatever?
Right, and his mom had the answer about the gypsy curses being real.
Right, so he's probably putting two and two together, like, oh, this got something to do with that, probably. But I just love, this is where the movie takes off for me, because it's like, finally, he's going to take action. Well, he's not really taking action, but he's going to kind of just lay in the car and...
Well, Richie does.
You're not gonna hurt anybody, are you, Richie? Like,
oh no one's gonna get hurt.
So you don't get to ask me that question. Like,
well, he even tells us, no one's gonna get hurt. I'm not. Technically, he didn't lie. I'm pretty sure the line was, "I am not gonna hurt anybody."
Oh, it's brilliant. Well, so like step by step, and also the cool thing is like I would think like Richie would have the type of mafia boss where people just work for him, not like him getting his hands dirty. But you can tell like he's like very strategic. Like he's clearly knows how to do shit.
I mean, when you want something done right.
So the first thing I guess was he poisoning the dogs or something?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't really pick up on what he was doing.
No, yeah, he poisoned the dogs, put the little sticker saying "take it off."
So that's the first sort of just like, let's like tease something, let's throw it out and see how they react kind of thing.
Right.
So he does that.
Then he gets somebody to investigate for him.
Finds some guy just sleeping at the gas station.
The guy, I guess, is a gigolo because he wanted to get with Richie.
It's like let's call him like a drifter.
Right.
Pays him a couple of dollars with the idea, but he says like if they light, let me know. What does it mean if they light? Does it mean like
I think he meant if they left or something like that, because I know he was saying if they make a move, let me know.
Okay, because it sounds like he says if they light, but I didn't really. I guess that's some slang for something. Maybe. But it was probably something like if they leave. Now, you cut to basically now, Richie gets a shipment of like machine guns and stuff, so you know shit's about to go down. But okay, so yeah, about them knowing where they're at. So they put the car there with the guy in the car.
Saying never.
So how do they know where he's at? Because did the guy they killed wouldn't have actually known where Richie and him were at.
Nope.
So how exactly did they know the location? That made no sense to me.
Gypsy magic?
And if they know the location, why aren't they...
Is it possible that since the curse is on Billy, they may be able to track him in that style? Also,
I can't figure out how they would know where he's at.
I will say also, this could be my weird brain, but so because this has also happened after killing dogs, they see the dead lookout dude.
Yeah.
And at first, the first time you see him, you don't get a clear shot of what's in his mouth, what they shoved in his mouth.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a dog paw.
Yeah.
Almost like the gypsy saying, "We didn't care that you just did this."
Mm.
No, instead it was a chicken head.
Mm.
I think it would have been a little better if it was a dog paw. Like, kind of laughing at Richie is like, you can do whatever you want. That's not going to affect us.
I thought the movie up to this point is doing a thing of like presenting you the story, but then letting you choose like, hey, as crazy as it is, because nobody's really a hero in this movie, but it's just letting you pick basically, are you ultimately on Billy's side or the gypsy side? Do you feel like Billy deserves comeuppance? Do you feel like the gypsies are justified? It's kind of going in both directions and letting you pick which is the lesser evil or whatever, what's going on. But I think what they do to the kid is like so over the top that it crosses the line to like, were these sons of bitches? Like, I actually want the gypsies to, they're doing too much now, in my opinion. And I think up until that point, even though Richie had gotten the machine guns in there, I don't know if he was planning to do anything like particularly violent per se.
No.
As he said, he was a mook, but he was my mook. It's a great line. So I feel like that, and that seemed almost out of character for the gypsies.
It did.
Because they never really looked to murder Billy, so.
No, the way I think I should have been done is maybe they cut him up a little. You know, nothing, I can't say violent.
Hey, and it wasn't violent. They brutalized the shit out of him. They looked like it looked like Art the Clown had gotten a hold of him.
Right. So I would say nothing fatal, but they should have like maybe scared the crap out of the kid so much that he goes to Richie and says, "I'm not doing this no more."
All the kid was asked to do was like just like watch them.
It wasn't supposed to interact with them.
And I'm guessing he didn't. So from my perspective, it's like if you're the gypsy, you just see somebody watching you. Do they automatically put together like this is something to do with White Man from Town? Like, oh, well, I guess okay.
The dog thing happened first, so
maybe they took the dog thing out on the kid.
Probably.
So, but I still think that was the wrong move. But then, again, them knowing where they live, that's a weird point. I don't think they should have put that in the story because later on, for a couple reasons, it's not going to make sense if they know where he stays. Mm-hmm. Okay, but either way, Richie's like, okay, I'm gonna now go straight up Mission Impossible on these assholes. And the two things that popped up about this scene to me is that when he starts shooting, they all have guns. The gypsies all pull out their machine guns, start shooting back. I'm like, what? I expect them to be like all scrambling around, worried, but they're like, a truck pulls up and like a dude jump out with like gun, like they're ready for a gunfight. I'm like, well, gypsies gunfight? What?
We are talking about a group of people who live off the land and don't really have a way to 100% defend themselves because there's no wall, like house walls or anything. They wouldn't need a way to defend themselves. I guarantee you those guns are also meant for hunting as well.
Yeah.
So that part did not surprise me as much. What surprised me is they just straight up shot one of their own.
Well, yeah. So I was thinking so that clearly was Richie's plan. He puts a note on him from White Man Town.
Right.
Beats him up and then throws him out there. But yeah, I mean, I'm from their proximity. I'm like, how did they not see that if that was clearly their own guy?
Or the fact that their own guy is one, not really yelling.
Because they shoot him and then like 2 seconds later, it's like he comes into view and they're like, no! I was like, you didn't just see him? You just shot him 2 seconds ago. Right. So that kind of... I don't think Richie's plan was them to shoot him. I think the plan was just throw him down there with the note. Saying,
right. It was just to scare him.
They shot him on their own.
Right.
Yeah, that because he had no way to anticipate they're gonna actually shoot him.
And then the next thing Richie did was technically kidnap the girl, which I feel like the girl should have been smarter than this.
Well, there's three things there. First of all, there's other cops there. The cops are literally there investigating, and he comes up as like a damn FBI agent. How the hell did he pull this off? He has a legitimate looking badge, and he's amongst the cops. Like,
high ranking member of the mafia, and you can get whatever.
Everything's so strategic. She asked him, like, she's like, did the guy do it? And he's like, no, but we think he hired somebody. It's all so brilliant criminal mastermind. Like, so she doesn't actually think like it can't be put on Billy himself. And then comes by, it's like, oh, but he hired somebody. It's brilliant. But then, yeah, okay. So he's like, let me take you to wherever. But he takes her back to the same place.
That they should know what it is.
because she just walks in the barn being like, "Hey, yeah, let's go identify him." Yeah.
That's the
but,
other. That,
but,
that
but
is-
so I guess maybe she wasn't involved in bringing the car to the place. Otherwise, on the way there, she would start to be like, I fucked up.
I feel like on the way there, she'd be like, where are we going? Shouldn't we be going to the police station?
Certainly, when he pulls up and says, "Right this way into the barn," she should be like, "Whoa."
No, I'm sorry. With someone who lives off the land, she should know better.
Like, what was he telling her to be like? Oh yeah, right here. He'd pull up to a barn, like right in the barn. She's like, she's walking all confidently into it, like she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm expecting to do a lineup here." Like, so yeah, that part I noticed. I was like, oh well, that didn't make sense with if they know
Where he lives.
Okay.
So they rough her up.
They do the, and again, he does the brilliant. This is all criminal shit. The whole put the thing on the head because it gives you enough time to basically get away.
Yep.
But I'm actually surprised. Even with this, I'm surprised when she gets back to the old gypsy man and tells him what happened. He's actually like, "Oh, I gotta take the curse off."
Well, at this point,
he's that, like, they put the fear in him that much that he's actually. I would think his reaction was, all of our men go to the farm and take them out. So, but he's not. He's like, he's actually really worried enough to actually be like, okay, whatever they want to do, we'll do.
So I think at this point, now this would make more sense to me if they didn't kill that kid. Because if they didn't kill the kid, then it's like, well, we're not going to physically kill someone. We'll curse them. If they die, they die.
That's the thing. If they didn't kill the kid, then it's kind of like the gypsies. They just want their revenge or justice, but they don't want to escalate into like something where people are dying.
Right.
When they killed the kid, to me, it felt like, oh, well, you guys cross the line to like not anything goes. So whatever happens now, you've kind of crossed that line. So.
Right. But if they didn't kill the kid, then at this point, it would be seen as the father being like, okay, I need to defend the rest of my family by any means necessary.
And then once his son died, or the grandson.
Grandson.
So once he dies, he's kind of like, okay, I don't want anything to happen to my granddaughter,
especially since she just got roughed up.
So he's saying, okay, let the white man live. We can, and he really doesn't know. They don't know who they're dealing with Richie, or maybe they just reached her like, oh shit. But
she most likely told him like, look, this is the person he hired. Maybe at that point it's like, well, we don't know if that guy's going to come back to us now or not. Yeah. We don't know if he's done.
Yeah, if you don't know, like, some dude at night's going to come randomly, like, just start shooting at your place and follow you, that's as scary for them as anybody else. So
especially since he got away, got one of y'all guys killed by y'all own hands.
Kidnapped. Literally, like, and like one day he basically showed like, I can like destroy your whole thing pretty much.
Yeah.
But it was a great plan because basically then he's like, and Richie already assumes, he's like, just basically like, I'm gonna drop you off at the place. He'll come meet you. I'm getting the fuck out of here. He's already like, I've done enough to where it's like, I gotta get the fuck out right now.
Before
he was
these guys come at me.
He was not hanging around. It was the whole thing is such a brilliant criminal 20 minutes.
It's also the fact that
so good
is because Billy didn't want him to actually kill anybody either. If Billy said do what you want, guarantee you the rest of the movie would have just been Richie just murking everybody.
Yeah. They delivered him like a big box of guns, I think. Like,
yeah.
He got like machine. He was ready to be like, all right, all these gypsies are gonna die. So, but yeah, it worked because the gypsy guy's like, hey,
feed this pie to somebody.
But although the gypsy does tell him, actually, he just tells him, because you had asked, well, would the pie work on him? The gypsy tells him, you know, you should eat the pie yourself. That's where he says die clean, like eat the pie yourself. I guess assuming like, yeah, then he'll pretty much die from the pie. But yeah, Gypsy man talking about die clean, right? I'm like, listen, maybe at the beginning you could be like, hey, there was some justice thing you were doing here, but the truth is, you're making these people suffer. Like justice would just be like if the gypsy woman had a clean, quick death, getting hit by the car, and justice would be like, okay, maybe suffer for a day and they die. You're having to like make them drag out like I'm gonna die over the course of like 2 months or something like that. So it's like that's not justice either. So and then you killing the kid and all this stuff, and then so yeah, basically I'm not like I'm at that point I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not on the gypsy side at that point. I'm like,
no, but now there is one line I may have misheard because again I only watched this movie one time.
Yeah.
But I could have sworn he said that with this pie, the guy is going to start gaining weight rapidly until somebody eats that pie. I could have misheard that.
Oh, actually, you might be right because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, so what I assumed before I actually got to the full ending, what I assumed the ending was going to be was him trying to get his wife to eat the pie. Because I mean, we already got somewhat of an action sequence with it, so him trying to get his wife to eat the pie.
Yeah.
While he's slowly expanding, and then his wife's trying to get away from him because now he's starting to get violent because he has a time limit.
Yeah.
And eventually he just blows up. That's what I assumed we were going to get for an ending. But
I think so.
which would have been more of a comedic or more of a what's the word I'm looking for?
I think you just watched Ready or Not, so you were just like, okay,
Watch somebody blow up.
everybody blows up.
But still, I've more of an action-packed ending instead of a dark, depressing ending.
So
Because at this point, we don't like Billy either.
we don't like Billy, but I don't think the audience hates Billy. I think it's probably 50-50 at that point. I think they've seen Billy suffer enough. He does suffer the whole movie, basically. They've seen suffer enough where you're like, kind of like, okay, he suffered a lot. You don't like the gypsy at the point. You're like, okay, well, let's try to resolve this somehow. Even though you probably know there's probably not going to be a good ending for him. If I was him, though, so the thing is, like, he already made the wrong move, though, and be like, his mind was like, okay, I'm going to give the pie to the wife.
Yes.
That's a bad move for a lot of reasons, but one thing specifically is he wasn't thinking, like, how that's going to, like, destroy his daughter. You're killing your daughter's mother.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you feel about her. The smarter play, you have to give the pie to somebody. If you really think she was the doctor, you give it to the doctor, figure that out, because then you can at least fix your family and try to go about a normal life. Pretty much, if you're killing your wife that way, even if you go back to normal physically, you've ruined your daughter's life. You're probably going to regret it doing that also.
Nah.
Maybe. I mean,
again, at this point, I don't think he regretted a damn thing.
Well, she committed him to the. she signed paperwork to basically have him committed as well. So she pretty much he might have been done with her. But what I'm saying is that the doctor was a smart play. Now, original ending is just that kills the wife, daughter accidentally eats the pie, and then he eats the pie himself. Test audiences were like, this is too dark, this is too depressing. So the director actually, believe it or not, by the way, is Tom Holland, who did Fright Night and the original Child's Play.
Okay, I was wondering why I knew the name.
Yeah, so he did Fright Night and Child's Play.
I was thinking Spider-Man.
No. So based on the test screening, they wanted a lighter ending. So the only thing I could think of basically is have the doctor come over at the end, and then you at least get a light ending of him taking out the doctor with him as they share the pie.
Dope.
But I'm like, okay, to me that made more sense as the ending anyways. I was like, well, yeah, you have to, of course he's going to want revenge on on the doctor as well as the wife.
Right. I will say.
But my point of the ending is killing the wife was enough. I didn't like the daughter being involved because she's the only innocent person in the entire movie.
Right. But I will say this one thing. What he should have did. There's a reason why I don't have sympathy for him one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
But
sympathy with the wrong word. Maybe you want him to resolve it in some way, but I wouldn't say sympathy is the right word. So
the way I see it is what he should have done, and this is what I would have done in this situation if I'm planning on killing my wife with this pie, this evil gut-sucking pie.
Yeah.
Is I'm going to sit down with her, watch her eat it. Sure, she's gonna be like, "You're not eating." It's like, "No, I just had like big Applebee's on my way here."
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm tweeted out.
Applebee's.
Either way, so she eats the pie. They're having a nice conversation. After she goes up to go to bed, he throws the pie away.
It does seem like pure stupidity
on his
that you would leave the pie around in the house. Like,
I know he apparently went straight to bed, went straight to sleep, but
yeah,
the way I see it is I would not have, with knowing my daughter is around, can easily come in at any point in time. I want that pie gone after this, especially since my blood is in there.
How was he going to explain? We saw what the wife's body turned into.
Yeah.
How was that going to be explained to the police?
He would probably call Richie and be like, hey, you know how to get rid of a body?
Yeah, he'd have to make sure that body's never found because there's no explanation of, hey, you went to sleep with her last night and she woke up like this.
Right.
I mean,
that's why he has to get rid of the pie, because the pie has his blood in it,
Yeah.
which means his DNA is going to be in there. I don't know if there was...
Do you think they were going to examine the pie?
The pie was the last thing she ate.
You think they're going to care about what the last thing she ate was? You think they'd be like, oh, stomach virus. Made her that happen.
I mean, that is very... She definitely had a really bad case of food poisoning.
He could just, I'd say he could lie, but I guess they could find a way about what she ate. But
yeah, because I doubt it went completely through her and out her ass by the time she turned into
let's
Skelly.
assume eventually he was getting rid of the pie. It's just that he left it in the fridge for no reason.
Because he decided to go straight to sleep instead of watching it. I mean, I understand the point
he thought the daughter was away at the grandmother's house. So it was a surprise, but yeah, that's something you would think about getting rid of.
And I also understand that, you know, if you're sitting with your wife conversating, she's going to try and offer you the piece of the pie as well.
Yeah.
I can somewhat understand that, but then maybe have an alarm set for midnight to wake up once she's in bed. You go down, throw the pie away, then go back up.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I'd want to sleep in the same bed as someone who get turned into a skelly goo.
He should have got up in the middle of the night and just went and slept on the couch.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I don't want to wake up and see this.
Especially since he gives her a full open mouth French kiss.
Oh.
I'm sitting there like, dude, aren't you going to infect yourself again?
The thing is, that whole thing at the end too, that it's a bit of a character change. Because remember, just the 20 minutes earlier, he's in the car with Richie saying, you're really not going to hurt anybody, are you? So that's like the version of him that's still like, I don't want to hurt anybody. To go from that to murdering your wife is like...
Yeah, but your wife allegedly cheated on you.
And committed you.
And you.
And you have to murder somebody in order to get rid of the curse.
Exactly. Sure, it makes sense to give it to either the doctor, as you said, or some random person you don't know.
What would happen if the gypsy turns to walk away, Billy gets up with his last strength, busts the gypsy in the back of the head,
and shoves it down his throat?
Makes it... Because the... Could it work? Could the gypsy then... Would he just something like...
I feel like the gypsy would then...
He's immune to it maybe or something?
No, the gypsy would be like... Fat.
To himself.
Curse revoked.
Damn it.
I'm just wondering, why is the curse so easy to put on but also so hard to take off? Because again, his whole plan was somebody had to eat this pie. What if his wife decided not to eat the pie? He went to bed and he turned into Skelly Goo.
Well, you remember, it is the exact same... Drag Me to Hell was the same thing. Remember, it was the idea of that you have to give the curse to somebody else.
Yes, and she tried to give her curse to an already dead person, which I don't know if that should have counted.
Well, it didn't. It didn't work.
Because she didn't give her the button. She gave her boyfriend's tax papers.
Well, we don't know if it would work then. Because we never got to see it play out.
Exactly.
But there's a consistency in the idea of like, the way to get the curse off is you have to give it to somebody else. The pie just makes a very easy way to give... It's actually a very...
Take it to a diner.
What if it was like you have to take your blood and somehow get into someone else's body? And you're like, how the... But it's in a pie already? Like, yeah, just feed them pie.
Take it to a diner.
You can't bring your own food into a diner. They're going to kick you out.
Small town diner. They probably wouldn't give a shit. Just be like, look.
Yeah, say what? You going to bring a pie to my establishment? Get out of here.
Small town diner?
No, what you could do, though, is you could go feed a homeless person.
Oh, it's easy. You could just go in... Or a homeless person.
You can always, look, everybody loves pie. You can always go away pie. It's not like
I'm not a big fan of pie.
Unless it's lemon meringue.
The only pie I really like is like chocolate cream.
Oh, that's the worst.
How's that the worst?
It's just the worst.
Go.
Pecan pie?
Nope.
Apple pie?
Nope.
Pumpkin pie?
Nope. I don't like pumpkin.
You are a pie terrorist. What the hell? Chocolate cream pie.
And you know what? I can't lie. There is a pie I like. Chicken pot pie.
Oh, God. You know
Shepherd's pie.
You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with your
cottage pie.
That's not even a thing, right?
Cottage pie, yeah, it's beef. It's like shepherd's pie, but beef.
Oh.
Shepherd's pie is lamb.
Pie shouldn't be like savory, right? It should be sweet.
Chicken pot pie is chicken.
Oh, God.
Man, and I told you, there is the chocolate cream.
So basically, like, you could never get the curse because if he's trying to give it to you, you're like, I don't like pie.
Exactly.
But
especially don't like
if
strawberry.
he knows it's you, he's gonna give you the chicken pot pie, and you're like, oh.
No, if it's me, he'd probably give me like a red velvet chocolate lava cake. With the lava being his fucking blood.
What if he gave you like a Code Red Mountain Dew?
No, that blood's darker than Code Red.
Yeah. You would. Plus, you would taste the blood in the Mountain Dew. So.
I mean, once it gets in my mouth, it doesn't matter.
A red velvet cake though.
Red velvet cake, because I actually messed when I was in the Coast Guard. Here's a bit of lore about me. There was this guy on the ship I was on. Jackass. Guy loves playing pranks on everybody. His last day on the ship, I made red velvet cupcakes. His particular one, I added ghost pepper, cayenne pepper, and some Tabasco to it.
Holy cow.
And then I had to get ready because I was actually getting pinned as a third class that day. So I didn't even get to see his reaction.
Damn.
He just comes in he tried to get me by coming in and go, oh my God. It's like, I'm allergic. Did you see my tongue's welling up? It's like, no, your tongue's like this. Mm-hmm.
Wait, he was pretending or he was?
He was pretending.
Ah, I gotcha.
I'm like, and I know for a fact you ain't allergic to it because everything I put in there, I've seen you eat.
So maybe I'm guessing he took one bite and then just ate the rest
He took
of it.
one bite. Everyone was saying he jumped up screaming. He ran to the kitchen, grabbed some milk.
Oh God, that's funny.
I missed it. I was sad, and then I got pinned that day. So,
Well, okay. So basically, if someone offers you red velvet cake,
I'm probably not going to take it just because I know the situation.
this movie makes you actually. It does make me actually skeptical to accept baked goods from anybody anymore. Like, you're just trying to pass your curse onto me.
So, Casey got cookies over there?
Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I do think in terms of like the makeup, the fat cell, it's like I do think that this is one of those movies that needed a bigger budget. Like if you could have had, I mean, the makeup was pretty good, but if you could have got like a really good makeup art, like really like top, maybe it was top line, I don't know, but for the thing too is like for 1996, I mean, but the makeup in like Night Professor is like way better, but it's had a much bigger budget to do that.
Yeah.
But overall, I find the movie to be just like it's a different kind of story. So it's a fun, rewatchable movie. I'm with you. I do wish the movie needs more Richie. Maybe I'm Richie so memorable because he's only in there for like 20 minutes, but it needs more Richie. You could have turned this into a cat and mouse back and forth action strategic movie between them and the gypsies for the whole second half of the movie.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough horror here. It's not scary. So you need some action. So when that basically saves the movies, that second half of the movie, there's a lot more going on. So
Yeah, because I will say, before the Richie stuff and them doing the cat and mouse, I was starting to kind of clock out of the movie.
Because he wasn't taking the action in the first half of the movie. He's just like going to do this, going to do that, but he's not taking any action. You're like, you need him versus the gypsies.
Yeah, I mean him going trying to figure out, oh, what's wrong with me? It's like, dude, at this point you should like when he goes to the Glassman clinics, like this seems kind of useless because you know what's wrong with you at this point.
They're not going to give you some. He's thinking they're going to give him some solution. It's like, come on, man. You think there's some medicine that's going to stop this? Come on.
I mean, you already got away with vehicular manslaughter. You might as well go the full route and get away with murder.
Yeah. And at that point, the vehicle manslaughter was obviously bad. At that point, murder, if it's literally like somebody's like basically murdering you, I mean, in a way, it's self-defense.
And it's also the thing in this. Now, granted, I believe he's in a completely different town. However, the movie established nobody liked the gypsies.
Yep.
If you started murdering them, I don't think anyone would have batted an eye.
Yeah, and the gypsies probably should make themselves less easy to find because if they're going around putting curses on people, then someone you put a curse on is going to try to come and take you out. So
right, and
like they were found pretty easily.
I will say once he started the whole white man from town, it got awkward after a while during that scene because he's like, white man from town, curse you. I'm like, when did you become a caveman, dude? I mean, I know you're bleeding to death because you just got shot through the hand.
Well, yeah, that was. I mean, for a second, I did see a look of fear though in the gypsies. He was like, "Oh my god!" But he's more like, "This guy's crazy."
Right.
This guy's insane.
But still, I feel like the movie could have benefited from losing some of the fluff in the middle to get to the second half faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah, so basically, if you don't mind kind of slow burn the first half, if you're patient the first half, you'll get rewarded with a pretty good second half. But you got to be prepared for a slower pace in the first half.
Yeah, that's why this is one of those movies. You say it has a decent rewatch value. Me personally, not really.
But I think for me, it's mostly the second half has the rewatch value. The first half I could probably skip past, but if you just like I said, where Richie comes to the picture, you just show me the rest of the movie from that point. I can have like a really fun half an hour. So this is a movie I'd like to see remade though. I think the story itself, with better effects in today's environment, I think there's some things you can't do though. You really can't.
You're gonna get a CGI fat man.
It's that, but also
It's gonna look bad.
But also, I don't think you can even really do gypsies in this way, and I don't think there's like a lot of red tape there you can't really cross. So.
No, you would have to figure out a different style. Like maybe they fucked around with like an ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah.
So something that's gonna work for today's audience.
Drag Me to Hell was the closest thing.
They never actually called her a gypsy, I believe. I think they just stuck with her being. Was she Romani or was she Spanish?
I don't remember.
Because I know the opening of that was in a Spanish country.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the woman herself was Spanish or Romani.
All right.
No.
Anyways, either way.
Just remember, this movie is definitely loads better than Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell is a pile of shit.
This is not true.
Added with more shit.
There's absolutely no way you can watch both.
It smells like cat piss.
And Nick Arcana, who has obviously terrible taste in movies. So
you have terrible taste in movies.
I have great taste in movies.
You like Drag Me to Hell.
And It Follows.
You knew where I was going with that.
Either way, watch both movies as a doubleheader. Drag Me to Hell, thinner, and then just don't eat any pie afterwards. Stay away from pie.
I plan on making some chicken pot pie tonight. You all have a good night.
Oh God.
Yeah.